how far I go, yeah. Shooting star, yeah. All over the globe. Hard work, all I ever know. So nobody could tell me I'm not wet my way and go, yeah. I'm in my zone, yeah, through this microphone. The way they looking at me like they seen a UFO.
With Mount Rainier in the distance, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Now couldn't take the chance. This will be returned from the goal line. And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
Okay, ready? Go! Go! 7 Pirates! Ready, ready! Riggs! 19, Pioneer! Mustang 19! Ready?
Right to the air is Willis. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
And the Seahawks first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Panther 11! 70 Rangers! 70 Rangers!
Now Willis to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Seahawks at 2-4 here in the first half of the year. Yeah, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go, set! Ready, ready?
Here's Willis. Dancing to his left. He finds his man, complete. That's Bryant. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Well, Charles, did it seem like to you that maybe they were a little worried about his running prowess there? Because everybody kind of froze when he got outside the pocket, and they were able to throw it for the first down.
Absolutely, and you work all week getting ready for a game, and you know that the potential is there for him to run it, but you better take care of those receivers downfield. They can hurt you first.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
19 Lions! Here we go! Go!
Willis will look to pass again here. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 18. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
79 Broncos!
Willis. And he's got Smith and Jigba. Touchdown! Jackson Smith and Jigba. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Here's Guerrero on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Back to throw now on first down. And incomplete on the deep ball. Daniel Bellinger, the intended target that time. And now it's 2nd down. When you talk about this Seahawks defense, they enter play here 24th in the league against the run.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Back to throw again. On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
They'll try the middle with Guerrero. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. From the gun on 3rd down. McLean. He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. On 4th down, McLean. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
There he goes, right side. Still on his feet. Inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant, his first touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. There he goes, left side. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, 49ers. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Oh, well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Taken at the goal line. And just shutting him off there. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, right now, they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down. You look at this Niner defense. They've been pretty good against the pass. Not amazing, but good. Number 13 in the league.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Willis looks to pass it here. Going right back to Smith and Jigba. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Willis looking to throw it. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness, it's been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Throwing to start the drive. McLean. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Isaac Guerrero, 39 yards. And the Niners are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Moody good with the extra point, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And not what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Pretty entertaining start. 14 all to score. Now a 2nd and 6. Man in motion left. That's Smith and Jigba. Willis now off play action. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. 82 yards. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is now 21-14. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Again, it's Guerrero. And he'll be pretty well stopped at his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. But now he appears to be in some pain. Now 2nd and 9. Now they'll audible to something else. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Well, CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Check. 7 Pirates. Ready?
Shotgun snap to Willis. To the right side and intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner. And the 49ers will take over possession here up at the 44.
Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, at the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brand, I almost expect you coming like an auctioneer. We got two. Do I hear 3? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but that's about it. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. 3rd down and 10. Looking to throw. McLean. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Julian Love picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take over here up near the 40.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
2nd and 10. To throw, here's Willis. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Here's Willis.
He's going to let this one go deep. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Seahawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Myers connects on the PAT. And the lead now up to 14. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
And that falls to the ground incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
From the gun on third down, McLean.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, 49ers.
Christian McCaffrey.
A touchdown on a kick return, and now one through the air.
And the 49ers are back within a score. Moody good with the extra point.
And they're within 7 now at 28-21.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And he returns this to the 22.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Willis looking to throw it. He'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba. That is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Willis. Outright to Smith and Jigba.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Willis will look to throw it.
This is caught at the 20.
He's going to have the first down and then some.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Jackson Smith and Jigba
with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead now up to 14. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Back to throw. McClain.
That's complete out left to Ayuk.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Second and a couple.
Looking to throw. McClain. And his throw is incomplete.
Brandon Ayuk, the one he was looking for.
And it's 3rd down and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Fighting his way through contact. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. They'll look to throw now on first down.
They'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And the 49ers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. McCaffrey going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And his kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon.
The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Operating from the gun. McClain.
Got a man. That's Ayuk.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd down and 7.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know the securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And does the big boy have the juice? And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. Now Myers for the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And by rule, that comes out to the 40-yard line, so good opportunity for this offense with solid field position. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. They'll come up 2nd and 7. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10. Down at the 31. Operating from the gun, Travis.
Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Christian McCaffrey.
31 yards.
And the 49ers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his 2nd touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing, fortunately.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver.
They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down and 9.
Go check.
Now Willis to throw.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it.
Willis takes the snap. They're going for it. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
Here's Willis.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Let's go. Rocco switch. Rocco switch. Ready?
Willis.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there. 53 yards.
And the Seahawks are able to widen their advantage.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And that one makes this a 19-point game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They go play action here on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. It's Jordan.
Room to maneuver at the 35.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
And we sit in quarter number 3 out in Seattle. A 2nd and 10 now.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. The Niners on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Myers connects on the PAT, and that will bump the lead up to 26. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
This one certainly has not gone according to script. You would have thought on paper that this offense would have its way here, but they certainly have not, and they trail big after this. And
that's caught inside the 35. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Ricky Pearsall,
70 yards.
And the Niners get a bit closer.
They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he's got it for the two-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
From the gun, here's Willis.
To the right side and complete to Metcalf. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
With that last completion, CD's now over 400 yards passing in the game, and quite a few of those have come via some pretty big strikes downfield. Certainly not afraid to challenge this secondary, and it's been successful.
I like your observation there, partner, because I agree. This is a group more than capable of torching a secondary any week, as evidenced by their combined stat line here. And in the time we have remaining, wouldn't shock me at all to see them take another deep shot.
From the 23, here's the 2nd and 5.
Ready? Warrior 70. Ready?
Willis out of the gun. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down.
And that's another throw that could have been intercepted. Part of this, you credit the defense. They've been really stingy. But he's also made some really questionable throws, and that's another one right there.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Here we go, shot.
Man in motion left. That's Smith and Jigba. Now Willis to throw.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle.
Kenneth Walker.
He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list.
And the Seahawks look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Now we're going to get a timeout here as it looks like there's a Seahawk injured on the play.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Let's go.
And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Out of the gun now on third down.
He's got Bellinger. He's going to have the first down and then some. Down the left sideline. And he'll be ridden out of bounds all the way down at the 15-yard line. And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
Ball on the 8. It's 2nd and 4.
Operating from the gun, Travis.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Christian McCaffrey
from 8 yards out.
And the Niners are able to cut into that deficit.
They'll try and throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And it is starting to appear, thankfully for them, that this is the week they're going to put it all together and end that long losing streak. They're not home yet, but in control in the fourth quarter.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good. And that's caught inside the 35. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line.
Willis looks to pass it here.
Flushed out right.
Willis hits the turf, sliding down and picking up the first.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now Willis.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They are certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
Man in motion left, that's Smith and Jigba. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass.
They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
And now an audible here into something else. Willis will look to throw it.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Now Willis. That is caught.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Seahawks' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that will bump the lead up to 26.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level. A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here, or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth.
Let's go now.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
That's complete out left to Ayuk.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He's got Ayuk once again.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
2nd down and 3.
They'll look to throw again.
Throw right side, taken in by Bellinger.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Back to throw again.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
And this is caught inside the 5. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Brandon Ayuk.
41 yards.
And the Niners are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
And unable to connect. They don't get the 2-point conversion here. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And not what he was hoping for when he brought it out. They're going to get him down short of the 15-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
And this game just illustrates how important home field really is. On paper, didn't look like much of a matchup, but now it's looking like it'll become one of the big surprises of the weekend. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he will slide down with a good gain. Able to pick up a 12 yards, but they needed more. 4th down.
Check smash. Check smash.
Willis looking to throw it.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. McLean. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
He came through well with a nice pass breakup there. Fortunate that he was on the spot. He's the only guy left to prevent the first down.
They'll find Ayuk open right side.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. From the gun on third down. McLean
going out wide, finds Chubb.
Now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Operating from the gun. McLean. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey.
So it's a win for the Seahawks here. And it was Malik Willis, CD, their quarterback, who really got the job done.
Yeah, he was in a world of his own, wasn't he? You figure 3 touchdown passes is terrific.